RUHPOLDING Germany is always a high point of the IBU World Cup season, as Bavarian hospitality and beer tent hoopla blends with biathlon's deep history and popularity at the venue, both among German fans and those worldwide. After setting the 23rd fastest course time and moving up 21 places in the pursuit to end last weekend's stop in Oberhof, Campbell Wright looked like he was hitting his stride on both the skis and in the shooting range. In the first leg of a World Cup relay for the first time in his career, Wright emerged to the front of the group and then went clean, putting USA at the front after shooting one by a half a second. Wright would rise to the occasion fully, shooting a perfect 10 for 10 on the day, cleaning standing and leaving the range in 5th place, just 7.7 seconds behind Germany's Justus Strelo. By the first exchange though, Wright had caught Germany and France to tag third, just a split second out of the lead. From there, USA's leg 2 Sean Doherty faced three of the quickest biathletes on the World Cup circuit in Norway's Johannes Dahle Skjevdal, Germany's Johannes Kuhn, and France's Emilien Jacquelin. But like Wright in the first leg, didn't let the stage intimidate him, and the USA in contention in 4th, 8.9 seconds off the lead at the second exchange. From there, Norway would dominate, as has become custom, missing only 3 more shots and skiing away from all challengers to take the win over Germany by 45 seconds. France looked to have third in hand until Italian upstart Tommaso Giacomel stunned French star Quentin Fillon-Maillet to take third for Italy on the final lap of skiing, a precursor perhaps to the men's sprint. It was Norway's 12th straight World Cup men's relay victory, a dominant performance. Jake Brown sustained 2 penalty loops from prone shooting in leg 3, but stayed penalty-free in the standing shoot, tagging Vincent Bonacci in leg 4, who shot perfectly to bring the United States across the finish line in a season-best 10th place, and best finish overall since their 7th place here in RUHPOLDING last year. Justine Braissard-Boucher of France seemed to have the momentum to take total control of the Women's Overall World Cup coming into RUHPOLDING, but a miss from each position in the women's sprint opened the door to her closest pursuers for the yellow bib. Step in, Ingrid Landmark Tandervold of Norway. A career in the shadows of Tiril Eckhoff and Marta Olsbu-Roysland, Tandervold used the third start in the field to focus on herself, and it worked, shooting clean and blistering the course to win by a comfortable 18.2 seconds over Sweden's Mora Persson and 19 seconds ahead of Italy's Lisa Vitozzi. Suddenly, Tandervold was just within 30 points of the lead, riding both great shooting and ski speed at the moment. American Deidre Irwin trying to find that magic sauce that put her in 8th in the final sprint before the New Year's break, crossing the line in 26th, qualifying yet again for the pursuit start on Sunday. Kelsey Dickinson shot 6 for 10 and finished 90th, Chloe Levins hit 8 for 10 in 91st, and Jackie Garzo hit 7 for 10 to finish 93rd for Team USA. The men's sprint saw an uncharacteristic struggle on the shooting range, a place that is notoriously easy to shoot in RUHPOLDING. But it was Vetle Sjostad Christensen from bib 36 who would emerge the winner, with a perfect day on the shooting range and a final surge in the final kilometer. France's Emilien Jacquelin, whose last victory came 2 seasons ago, looked like his luck was changing as he held a 5-second lead over the Norwegian leaving standing, only to come apart in the final lap and not only fall shy of the win, but off the podium altogether. Italy's Tommaso Giacomel and Norway's Tarjei Bø used the last lap theatrics to bump past the Frenchman to take second and third. It was Giacomel's second time to the World Cup podium and the Elder Boo's 63rd podium by comparison. Last year's junior world champion, Campbell Wright, riding a wave of great impulses off of a spectacular relay leg 2 days before, was a presence at the top of the leaderboard from start to finish. Starting in bib 37, Wright cleaned prone, leaving the range in 7th place at that moment and 13th once the field had gone through. A miss from standing, however, put him 5th, which held up to 10th for the entire field coming through that point. And he crossed the finish line in 6th in real time and ended up on the day in 12th. It was Wright's career best World Cup finish, 2 spots better than his 15th place in Antolz 2 seasons ago. The USA's Jake Brown also hit 9 for 10 and just snuck into the pursuit start in 57th place. Vincent Bonacci, with the same shooting score, ended the day in 66th. Let's hear from Campbell Wright about his performance.
I'm feeling really good on the skis, so that's nice. Great contrast from Östersund when I was 100th ski time. So good progression, yeah, just loving it.
Pursuit Sunday in RUHPOLDING lived up to everything that makes biathlon exciting by reputation. Ingrid Tandervold, wearing bib number 1, started Sunday's pursuit 18 seconds clear of all chasers, and immediately she put time on the field on lap 1. But on the third shooting stage, her teammate, Juni Arneklaiv and Italy's Lisa Vitozzi both shot perfectly as Tandervold missed a shot and went to the penalty loop. Vitozzi and Uniklev followed Tannervold by 5 and 6.1 seconds respectively, as Tannervold continued to lead out of the penalty loop. The trio entered the shooting range separated by less than a second, dropping their poles in unison, seeing who would crack first under the pressure. Only on the shooting range, nobody cracked. All shot perfectly, separated by 1.5 seconds heading out on the final ski loop. As the pressure mounted, Vitozzi dictated pace most of the loop, and her pace was simply too much for Arneklev in the penultimate climb, leaving just she and Tannervold to slug it out for the victory. Tannervold was unable to get past Vitozzi in the final meters, and Vitozzi claimed an electric 5th career victory. Tannervold took the yellow World Cup overall leaders jersey by a mere 9 points. Starting from bib 26, Deidre Irwin missed a single shot each of the first 3 shooting stages, and dropping another 2 shots in the final stage. She ended the day in 49th place. Vetle Sjosta Christensen took a 17-second advantage into the men's 15-kilometer pursuit, and he shot perfectly through 10 shots before missing one in the 3rd shooting stage. Still, the rest of the field missed as well, and going into the 4th and final shooting, it was a status quo and a lead of 20 seconds for the lone Norwegian at the front. Still, despite all this time out front on the day, he missed 2 shots, and the door was suddenly wide open. Norwegian World Cup leader JT Boo, probably the most formidable, clocked in just 1/10 of a second behind him as they head back out on the last loop. They also had Germany's Justus Strelo, France's Emilien Jacquelin, and Norwegian teammate Johannes Dahle Skjevdal in tow as they all chased from within 3 seconds of Christensen. Strelo cracked first on the first climb. Then on the second, Jacquelin was dropped. So as another 3-man Norwegian sprint to the podium ensued, Dahle Skjevdal pushed hard over the top of the final climb and into the final downhill and got a gap on Boo and Christensen that never would come back for the 2 chasers. Dahle Skjevdal celebrated his 3rd career victory with Christensen 2nd and JT Boo in 3rd. American Campbell Wright, starting from bib 12, hit 17 for 20 on the day. It was another strong performance for the 21-year-old as he remained in the top 20 the entire race despite those 3 misses, ending the day in 17th, his 3rd best World Cup performance and best World Cup pursuit of his career. Team USA and the entire World Cup will travel to Südtirol in the mountains of northern Italy and Antolz for the next stop of the IBU World Cup. Until then, for the US Biathlon team, I'm Chad Salmon.